That thing's a beast. Welcome back to the shop. Let me get this thing out of the way. I'll bring in my next vehicle to get work done. It's a 1998 Chevy Tahoe two-door. One of my personal favorite vehicles. Never owned one. I would love to own one, but I have one of these excursions that I need to fix, and not this one. This one's a customer's. It's here for some oil leaks. And mine I gotta pull the engine back out of, unfortunately, but we'll get around to that project someday. But in the meantime, let me get this guy pulled outside. We will put the Tahoe in. It is getting some U-bolts and U-bolt plates because, well, we'll see in just a second. How comfortable those seats are. Those seats are amazing. Like sitting in a lazy boy.
It's probably what they were designed after.
Those things are amazingly comfortable. All right, 1998 Chevy Tahoe two-door. Love these things. Some of my family members owned these. They love these things. This one's actually in pretty good shape for a 98. It's got a little rocker rust, but what it's really in here for was an oil change. And while we were walking around looking it over, we're like, man, that's a really nice truck. Pretty clean. Had some work done to it. It's still dripping from changing the engine oil. Because in their infinite wisdom on these, they put the oil filter right on top of the front differential. But super clean truck for what it is, especially in Ohio. But we were looking at it and we're like, and then we were like, this axle's gonna leave this truck pretty soon. So the customer is gonna let us put some new U-bolts and U-bolt plates on it, and hopefully there's enough axle left to clamp to. But anyway, I'm gonna cut these out. Looks like it's had some brake lines done, it's had shocks, it's had exhaust. It could use a tail shaft seal. Front brakes have been done. Probably original ball joints. Original upper control arm bushings. The bushings aren't horrible, but they could use done. 98, so it's a central port fuel injection vehicle with the old spider injector. Pretty good system. These engines hold up really well. In fact, this is the same engine basically as what's going into the Moto RV. So why'd you cut the exhaust off so far back right next to the fuel tank? That's a little different. Well, let me get a stand and some tools, and let's get this thing cleaned up and get it apart and back together, because I got some other stuff I got to get done today too. Oh, it broke too. Sizzling. looks hot. I feel like Cornelius, the mountain climber, with my pickaxe. I think we're going to recommend looking for a rear axle for this guy. It's a little thin, but I think it'll be okay. Where did I put my parts? So clearly this is probably an issue. These are still available from GM. They're a nice, thick, heavy-duty unit. The aftermarket ones are a little chintzier. And then new U-bolts as well. Obviously, since I cut them off with a torch, these are the bigger U-bolts. They make a 9/16. These are the 5/8. So these are a little heavy duty. They will probably outlive this truck. Or the owner. They'll definitely outlive me. Put a touch of oil on these. Man, it is windy today. Let's get the other side done. It wouldn't have been a catastrophe, but it would have looked bad on me. But I remembered to move the jack. We always say we show the good, the bad, and the ugly, even when we're the ones making the mistakes. Gross. Deep. That's one of the design flaws with this style of axle bracket, is it collects dirt and then it sits with wet dirt and crud wrapped around that axle, and it rots the axle out from the bottom up. It's pretty gross. We got this one before it was really bad, but it's really bad. It could be worse. We're just adding lightness. All right, let's get our other U-bolt kit and our other spring perch, or axle perch, I guess in this case. Let's get it back together. These U-bolt kits, you need 2 kits per axle, 2 U-bolts, 4 nuts, 4 washers come in a kit. This is a Dorman kit. These are the heavy-duty kit. It's a 929724. And the GM spring purges. GM, I don't remember what the numbers are on those. But if you need them for your truck, you can look them up. But you want to keep that axle under your backside. Not fun driving down the road and all of a sudden looking at the sky with your rear axle and your drive shaft sitting in another lane somewhere. New U-bolts, new plates, cleaned off all the scale. What a mess. Clean up in aisle 5. Well guys, that's a wrap on the 1998 Chevy Tahoe, 4-wheel drive. I got to tell you, I love these trucks. I think they're a great looking vehicle. It's hard to believe they're 26 years ago that they stopped producing that body style. But if you have a 1988 to 2000 Chevy CK, you want to check those rear axle straps, U-bolts and straps, because that's exactly what happens. We do those pretty often. It's one of the things we keep an eye out here in the Salt Belt. You guys out in Arizona probably don't have the same problems we do here. But pretty cool little truck. It's off. He's going to do some of the other maintenance himself. He decided he didn't want to do those U-bolts, and I don't blame him. It's not really a fun job. Anyway, you guys have a great day. We're going to move on to the next thing. You guys stay safe. Get out there and play with your toys. We'll see you soon.